Alright, this is my first video on YouTube, and I figured I would start a video with my truck messed up. So, we call this channel Hotshot Trial and Tribulations because, man, there's always something going wrong out here. And if you lease your vehicle from a leasing company, you wouldn't have to worry about anything like this. But I didn't lease my vehicle, I own this vehicle. And these are some of the trials and tribulations you got to go through when you own your own vehicle. So I had a check engine light come on, and let me show you what I got. Sit right there, I'll be right back. Got me one of these. Now, it's cheap, and you can get it at Harbor Freight for like, I think I got this one for 90 bucks. And you plug it into your O2 sensor, and it tells you what's wrong with your vehicle. Well, this one told me that all my O2 sensors were bad, all of them. Well, I don't have any O2 sensors on this. It's a diesel. It's a...
And the filter, the first issue that we had,
oh yeah,
was the DPF.
Yeah, well, no, oh yeah. It told me my particulate filter was full. And so we got that all taken care of. And well, then it's telling me my O2 sensors are bad. Well, you got NOx sensors and you got temp sensors on here. And that's it. And I called the dealership because I didn't know any better. At first I called an auto parts store. I said, hey man, I need an O2 sensor for a 2017 Chevy 3500 6.6 Duramax. And man, we don't even show that on the computer. So, taking this off here. I'm like, oh, well, maybe it's a dealership item only. And so I called the dealership, and they said, sir, we don't show a O2 sensor for your vehicle. There's got to be one. So I went in the dealership. We both looked at it. We both checked it out. And both come to realize that, well, there in fact was not a O2 sensor on this truck. So I said, well, there's got to be something else wrong with it. So it was blowing black smoke pretty good. I said, well, if it's blowing black smoke, there's only really one thing it could be, and that's an intercooler line loose somewhere. Well, come to find out, let me borrow that real quick. I don't know if you can see that, but one of my clamps come loose right there. You see that? So we found out what the problem was. I called my mechanic buddy. I said, hey man, would a loose or blown intercooler line give you some false readings or some funny readings? He's like, oh yeah, most definitely. I said, well, that's probably the problem then. So here we are, changing stuff out. So if you own your own vehicle, and you're hot shotting, man, I can't urge you enough to learn how to work on them, because learning how to work on them will save you a lot of money in the long run. So, this is a Chevy. It had the L5P injector pump on it. Well, if you know what's going on with Chevy, Ford, and Dodge right now, you'll know that the L5P Injector pumps are bad. They're just terrible. And they like to grenade themselves pretty significantly. And so what I did was I found an LML injector pump and went with that instead, and had no problems out of it. Now, mechanic shop told me they wanted to charge me $14,000 to do a injector pump. I was like, well, shit, that's a down payment on a new truck.
Well, it wasn't that, it was the whole system.
Yeah, it was the whole system. And what we did was
The whole fuel system.
Huh?
It was the whole fuel system,
Yeah.
correct? Yeah.
And what we did was we took the whole fuel system apart, blew out the injectors, cleaned the injectors, blew out the fuel lines, replaced the pump, and man, everything turned out just fine. And it cost me about $1,000, and I can still keep driving my baby because, man, I love this truck. I know a lot of people are going to talk a lot of trash about the Chevys and stuff, but you know, everybody's got their own brand that they like. I like Chevys. You know, I'm not going to talk trash about Ford or talk trash about Dodge, because they all have their good points and their bad points. And we all know it. We all know what they are. And the good points are good, the bad points are really bad. We all know that. So we just kind of got to take the good with the bad sometimes. And I guess hope for the best, really. So now I'm just putting, I took that off to make sure there were no rips in it or anything like that. And now I'm just gonna put it back on here, hopefully, maybe, and get the right socket. So now, if you lease your vehicle, a lot of people are leasing their vehicles, a lot of them. But the problem with leasing your own vehicle right now is, well, you can't find one. Nobody's got one. We looked into it, and they said, sir, sorry to tell you this, but we don't have one right now. I said, well, crap. So I just got back in my truck and I left. So and if you get a chance to get one of these right here, you know, it's cheap. You know, everything's gonna break. And I've had this for about 2 years now, and it's a Ryobi, and it's scuffed up, it's dinged up, but it works, man. It works really well. You know, it doesn't work on heavy projects. You know, anything that's, you know, heavy duty, it's not gonna work on no heavy duty nothing, but these little bitty projects like this, oh yeah, it'll work pretty good. So now you might want to get yourself a set of picks. But I'm telling you, out here, you know, picks will help you with not just your automotive, but it'll help you with all kinds of stuff. If you got a ratchet that's stuck, you can get your pick in there and unstick it. So I've got a variety of picks. I got a 45 pick. I got a backwards pick. Got a straight pick. I use this one the most. And got a big 90 and I got a small 90. These are not expensive picks either. You know, you're gonna lose this stuff out here. You know, and I mean, heaven forbid you lose all your stuff out here. if you do, and it's not all that expensive, well, then you're not on the side of the road crying about it. Because nobody wants to be on the side of the road crying about stuff. And so what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get this back so I can get it. Well, maybe that's not gonna work. Maybe I'm just gonna have to. There we go. Maybe I can do it like that there and do it from the front. Well, I just poked a hole in it. Luckily, that's going at the top there. There we go. Sorry for the camera bumping right there. I kept hitting it with my forearm. So, now, we'll swap places here. Well, sometimes you just gotta muscle this stuff into place. You don't want to do that, but sometimes you just have to. That's sometimes the hardest part of it. Is muscling it back into place. So this is where that impact's going to come into play. Make life a little easy for you, because you can lift up like this. Get this thing a little closer here. I don't know if y'all can see it. Let's switch places again. Well, now I can lift that up and zip that down, and then we're good again. So now, come up here, turn that around right there, and we'll switch places again. And it's not quite where I wanted it. We're going to loosen that up a little bit. All right. We'll be able to tighten this thing up pretty easy. Maybe I'll take this one off and get the short one. All right, let's try this one. Well, that didn't work either. Trying to put it in a different spot here. So we'll just get a long one here. See. No, that's not quite where I wanted it. Yeah, trials and tribulations. I think that's why I called it this channel. Because there's a lot of trials and tribulations out here. Alright. Go ahead and pause that. Alright. Now we got that where we want it. Whew, it's hot here in Texas. Yeah, I'm definitely waiting on the cold weather to show up, that's for sure. Okay, so now that all that's done, we just got to put everything back the way we had it. And gotta remember which way it went. Okay, went this way. All right. Now I'm no mechanic by any means, but I have some friends who are really good ones, damn good mechanics, that have definitely helped me out and taught me the things that I need to know. You know, of course, not everything. There's still quite a few things that I have to learn on my own out here.
Well, doing that whole fuel system, I'm sure, really helped you know your truck, right?
Oh yeah, we had to take the whole top of this truck off. It was a nightmare. So now, always remember, I don't know if you got a Chevy out there or if you're a Chevy fan. And once again, I'm not a mechanic. I don't claim to be a mechanic. Right here, you got two little nubs right here. And if you look down here, you got two little holes down here. Hold that real quick. Trying to be gentle with this camera so you don't get seasick. You got a hole there and a hole there. That's where those two nubs go. Hopefully I'm not making y'all sick. So you want to make sure that's back in those holes. And you just kind of push it down in there. It makes its way in there. You feel down there and you'll feel it in those holes. And now you're good. You take this last piece here. You got 3 tabs right here and you got 3 holes down there. Oh, it's hot here in Texas. Okay, I think I put this on a little too soon. We'll take that back out. Just set that right out of the way. And hopefully I get that back in them 2 little slots there. So, there we go. Got them back in the slots. Got the 2 screws. Goes right back in there. Once again, this little drill definitely save you a lot of time and energy. Now, I'm pretty sure some of my mechanic friends are going to see this video and call me a big old dummy because I did it in a way that they wouldn't have done it. And I'm okay with that. I got pretty thick skin. So, plug that sucker back up. Now, just hang tight. I'm going to start it. Make sure all my tools don't fall off here. Now, I keep a lot of tools with me on the road because you just never know. You just never know what's going to happen. You know, even if it's a lease truck, and it's something minor that you can fix yourself, well, I'd say go ahead and fix it instead of waiting on the lease mechanic. You never know, the lease mechanic might take a day, it might take an hour, it might take 30 minutes, but if it takes a day, well, now you're late on your drop-off. black smoke coming out. Yeah, it was tinging pretty hard. So, yeah, we're good to go now. And, now, if you took it to a mechanic shop, they would have told you, hey, it's an O2 sensor. Well, it's like my mechanic buddy said. Well, it says O2 sensor, but it might be a knock sensor. Well, then I would have went and bought a knock sensor and put it in, and still would have had the same problem. Then I would have went and bought another knock sensor and put it in and still had the same problem. But instead, I just looked around for a little bit and found the issue, and thank God I did. And thank God I got it fixed. So, y'all have a good day. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. And yeah, tell me something about yourself. Tell me something about this truck that I might not know. Hey, if y'all have any questions, like I said, this is our first video. So if you have any questions about this, isn't going to be one of those videos or whatever it tells you about how to do load boards or how to, you know, find loads or anything like that. There's tons of those videos out there. Toe Piglet's got, golly, I can't tell you how many videos he's got about doing load boards, and Load Miser's got load boards out there. There's a ton of them out there that's got load board stuff. This is just going to show you a day-to-day operations. It might not be every day, because, you know, we don't get, you know, you wish to get a load every day, but it just doesn't work out like that all the time. Sometimes you end up sitting, sometimes you end up crying, sometimes you end up bitching at each other. But at the end of the day, you make it work one way or another. And I love this business. I've been in this business for 8 months now, and I love it.
Is that tight?
No, it's not. I got busy talking. See, this is why you have a second pair of eyes with you. I got busy talking. And, you know, this isn't going to be one of those edited videos where everything goes right. You know, this is going to be a show about trials and tribulations, and hopefully maybe I help somebody out. So if you have any questions, hit me up, and I'll talk to y'all then. Thank you.